just wondering whether you support the Energy East pipeline.
Thank you. This time we'll go with Ghislain.
Well, very important issue. A little sad that we don't talk much about it, or not enough about it, and certainly, as I said earlier, I think that we made some progress as a region on the environment front. Back in 2002, we created a Sustainable Development Institute in Quebec, which will take on any panel in order to advance First Nation values on issues related to the environment. At the same time, what we are challenged with is, again, that proper balance, between our responsibility as stewards of the environment and what we do about that, and at the same time providing, our nations and communities with economic opportunities. And we're challenged as a region, as we are as chiefs, from our respective nations. And ongoing debates. Where the issues are very clear, the position is just as clear. We've had our own internal discussions with regards to mining of nuclear mining and how do you call that material? I can't remember now.
Uranium.
Oh, sorry?
Uranium?
Uranium, yeah. Uranium mining. And we took a very strong position supporting the Crees of Quebec who are directly impacted. And we stick by that position. In terms of the project that you're referring to, there's been a lot of concern being expressed by our First Nations in Quebec, and at the same time, all of them have been lobbied, as many nations have been across the country, and to me it's very important that we provide the proper forum in order for that debate and discussion amongst ourselves to happen. And only then will we have a clear position to express.
Okay. I just forgot one part of my question, and that is also given that if there's a spill, the land and water will be lost forever. Do you support the Energy East pipeline? So I forgot the part about it not being able to be cleaned up from the environment.
Thank you.
Which doesn't change the question.
Do you support the energy pipeline?
Do you support Energy East pipeline?
On the issue of the pipeline, I know that we've discussed it at the Treaty 3 Assembly. Of course, I don't hold any political titles, so I just sat there and basically listened. And I'm not entirely sure what the nation is going to do, except to say that, but personally, well, first the nation is saying that there has to be, anybody that crosses our territory would have to respect our nation and respect our law. And if they in fact recognize that law as to be the law of our whole of our treaty, then we'll have a discussion, and that discussion will be on how you are going to ensure that there'll be 2 environmental assessments done. There would be the assessment of the company, and then there would be an assessment of the nation. I understand that the issue of the gas being taken out of the pipes literally and putting crude oil through the old pipes, like you say, are 40 years old, and how safe are they is very much a concern. And the level of damage it can do always irrevocable. So there's mixed feelings, but as a person, I will have to say that I'm very, very concerned about the pipeline. And what are we going to get out of it? We're not going to get nothing out of it. Exercise except to try and slow it down and maybe bring it to a stop. Because they feel that they can come into our territory. This is what they said. We've come across First Nations right across this country, and we hit Treaty 3, and we hit a wall with this law. So they walked out. You don't have to deal with you guys. You guys are exercising your treaty. Well, you're damn right we are. Well, we're not going to deal with you. We're going to go home. Okay, we'll help you pack. So they came back to the table, and from what I understand, they are respecting the law and so on. So that's basically where it's at now.
Thank you. Harry?
Just quickly on this is a very important issue, and it's the bigger one, of course, is climate change and greenhouse gas emissions throughout the whole world. You know, and I think we become as a society throughout the world so dependent on fossil fuels, it's having a huge impact. And so, on a larger scale, and on a macro and a high level thing, there's got to be more research and development dollars spent on alternative sources of energy, solar and wind, no question. That has to happen. Hydro, like all of that has to happen. That's on the big scale. We're too dependent on fossil fuels, no question. So we have to start moving towards more R&D investments, so that there is something for 7 generations down the road. And the second point is, if we are self-determining as Indigenous nations, that means you have the right to say yes to a development or no to a development. And we have to exercise that. And the cautiousness that has to go in place with this issue of pipelines. I would support the whole idea of this national energy strategy when First Nations people are involved in it. We have to be involved in it to ensure that if it's going to go ahead, is there technology in place that can save the land or water if there is a spill? If not, then it can't be supported. You know, if there's if those environmental safeguards aren't there, it can't happen. But you got to create processes for that dialogue, and that's why I mentioned earlier on about the need, the necessity to get First Nations voices at those tables with the feds, province, industry. We have to be there. We have to be there. And so it can't just go ahead. We have to exercise that right to self-determination, not only for our people, but for the whole world. That's how I see it.
Thank you very much. Now for our